your teenage child has been diagnosed with functional neurological disorder, short for FND, or your child has been struggling with some sort of chronic pain such as headaches and migraines and fibromyalgia, etc. Now the question is, does your child need to change her lifestyle habit such as sleeping, eating, and exercise? Let's get to it. Hi, my name is Dr. Lee. I'm a pediatric health psychologist and chronic pain survivor myself. My mission is to help teens and their parents resolve persistent physical symptoms such as chronic pain and FND so that they can get their life back and feel like normal again. Because I truly believe these teens who are struggling with FND and chronic pain right now, they deserve so much more in their lives. And I have seen so many teens who got better from FND and chronic pain through my practice and also online program. So I am firmly believing that these conditions can be treated, managed, if not resolved. Now, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Make sure to grab a free PDF parenting guide on how to help your child at home who is struggling with chronic pain and FND. The link is down below. Okay, so today's video is all about lifestyle habit changes. First of all, for those who just got diagnosed with FND or don't know what that is, FND is an umbrella term to describe this cross-wired problem between your child's brain and body when physiologically and structurally your child's brain and body seem to be okay. And it's very common diagnosis in neurology clinic, and FND along with chronic pain are both biopsychosocial phenomena. It's not just a stress or anxiety or one thing or trauma. Oh my gosh, teen FND is different from adult FND. Statistically, and research says adult FND a lot of times is related to some sort of childhood trauma. However, pediatric FND, teen FND, chronic pain similar as well, are less to do with trauma. It has more to do with other factors. Once again, FND along with chronic pain is not just one thing because it's a biopsychosocial phenomenon. So lifestyle is actually one of the biological phenomenon of the biopsychosocial phenomenon, okay? And why these things are important. And when I talk about lifestyle, by the way, it's a sleep, it's a eating, and it's exercise. So why are these things important for your child who is struggling with FND and or chronic pain? Well, all of these lifestyle habits have a lot to do with your child's autonomic nervous system, which is highly related to your child's FND and chronic pain symptoms. So if your child's lifestyle is in shambles, then chances are your child's autonomic nervous system, remember the fight or flight, and then there's a parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. These systems get out of whack. And when it happens, then likely your child's FND symptoms and chronic pain tend to perpetuate. The imbalance of autonomic nervous system can be the reason for your child's FND or chronic pain symptoms. However, it's definitely one of the main big players for perpetuating these symptoms to continue to exist in their body. Therefore, lifestyle habit is really important. So let's talk about sleep. Your child's day starts with the night before, just like any of us. So what that means is sleep is everything. Sleep impacts everything, including how your child is going to function the next day, energy level, thinking, mood, behavior, because while we sleep, we are basically recharging not only our body, but also our brain and digestive system and all of those things too, to get ready for the next day. Right? So if the sleep gets really wonky, then we can pretty anticipate the next day is going to be a little bit rough. So according to CDC and National Sleep Foundation and so many more other websites and resources out there, the recommended sleep hours for teens specifically are anywhere between 8 to 10 hours per night. And the reality is most teens, with or without FND or chronic pain, getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night was almost impossible during the teen years, right? So we're not looking for the perfection here, but that's the general hours that are recommended for their optimal functioning. And what I want to emphasize is not just the hours, but also the quality of the sleep as well. So even if your child is getting less than 8 hours, if your child is getting good quality sleep, aka feeling like rested when they wake up in the morning, then I would say, well, that's so much better than sleeping quote unquote 11 hours, but feeling like a zombie the next day. Now, the interesting part is that just because your child is feeling tired in the morning or during the day doesn't necessarily mean sleep is the only reason why the daytime fatigue happens. But that's just for another video. And I actually do have 6 tips to improve your child's sleep in other videos, so I want you to check that out. Otherwise, here's the thing. The most important thing about sleep, or lack thereof, is if your child is struggling with sleep, which 80 to 90% of the kids who have FND and or chronic pain struggle with sleep, right? So if your child is struggling with sleep, then I really want you to pay attention to whether your child has been frustrated or feeling like this is really stressful with the fact that your child is not sleeping. Because then what happens is not only that your child is going to deal with the sleep issue, but also this frustration, emotional reactions because of the sleep. So now your child has 2 things to deal with instead of 1 thing, right? So here, I'm not saying just be happy and excited about not being able to sleep. That's not it. However, be aware for your child and maybe yourself as well. When your child feels frustrated, then I would say think about your expectations. Think about your child's expectations about sleep. If your child's expectation about sleep is, I have to get this hours of sleep, I have to sleep by this hour, I have to feel perfect, I have to feel rested and then ready to go the next day, then maybe that is something your child need to work on, because dealing with the frustration, aka stress management or frustration management, is just as important as actually working on the sleep improvement. All right, so that's one thing I wanted to say about sleep. Now, eating. What can I say? I love eating, period. We need, just like sleep, we need to eat to survive, to live, right? So we cannot just not eat, right? However, well, here's the thing. I'm not a nutritionist, so I'm not able to offer any tactical advice on what to eat, what not to eat. But what I want to emphasize is that many times teens with FND and or chronic pain do have this thing called vitamin D deficiency and iron deficiency for whatever reasons. And in terms of the vitamin D, if you're taking vitamin D supplement, that's great. But the absorption rate is actually about 10%, so it's not that much. So the rest of the vitamin D, where can they get it from? Is going outside and be under the sun. Not necessarily for hours and hours to the point that they're getting sunburns, but just about 10-15 minutes or maybe less than 30 minutes in that time range of getting some sort of sunlight or light therapy will go a long way. So really think about having the optimal level of vitamin D as much as possible. In terms of the other supplement, I also hear magnesium. If you have a low level of magnesium, then it can lead to headaches, fatigue level, can't think straight, tics, including functional tics. Therefore, many doctors also prescribe or suggest taking magnesium. And I talk about this a lot because most teens don't really know why they're taking these supplements or what these supplements are supposed to be doing to their body or for their body. So this might be a good education point for you and your child as well. And in terms of the eating, one more thing I want to say is generally as a parent, since you're most likely living with your child, you also have a control over what kind of food comes to your home, right? So be mindful of having a balanced nutritional food and diet and meals prepared for you and your child because it'll go a long way. All right, so let's talk about exercise. So in this video and in my Practice in an Online program, I talk about exercise a lot, particularly in the realm of activity pacing, and that includes some sort of light physical exercise and or fun activities. So when I say exercise, generally speaking, I mean it by physical exercise, but if this exercise includes some sort of fun activity component to it, then I would say, so be it, right? Let's just have fun. So aside from exercise having general health benefits, exercise is actually one of the best ways to get the blood and oxygen circulation going in your child's body. Therefore, exercise is one of the best ways to help your teens resolve FND and chronic pain. And I also have a video talking about activity pacing, so check that out as well. Now here, I would say start with light cardio activities. So what that means is could be just walking in the house or outside and get some vitamin D under the sun, or going to the gym, even though I don't really like going to the gym, but some teens love it. So whatever works for you and your child, right? Could be inside house, outside house, the gym, park, wherever is safe and healthy environment for your child to get some exercise done. When I say exercise, once again, it's the light cardio activity. I would say if your child has been pretty sedentary, then start with 10 to 15 minutes per day of light cardio exercise to begin with, and then gradually ramp up that exercise minutes and types of exercise and rigorous level and things like that. And also on the opposite spectrum, for those who are high achievers, which I have a lot of them in my program and also in my private practice, I would say learn to slow down and start low and slow to build a sustainable habit, because that is a lot more important than just going go, 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 go and crash and burning and then be really hard on themselves. All right, so start low and slow and gradually increase the activity level, length, rigorous level, whatever you are doing. Now, as a caution, just because your child modifies lifestyle habits doesn't necessarily guarantee that your child is going to resolve FND or chronic pain tomorrow. Once again, it's a lifestyle habit. Therefore, it takes some time for your child to practice and regain the control of their mind and body. Therefore, be patient, but be consistent. That is really, really important. Another thing is that lifestyle habit is, again, one of the biopsychosocial phenomenons, right? Therefore, there is also emotional component, and then there's a social component that likely is impacting your child's FND symptoms and or chronic pain conditions. So lifestyle habit isn't the only thing that your child needs to work on, but the good news is this is something your child can start doing today, even if your child is not in the program or any kinds of treatment for FND or chronic pain. Now, activity pacing. The pacing is the key. Therefore, your child doesn't go, 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 or start from 100%. Okay? Now, in this channel, I talk a lot about teen FND and chronic pain, and I have seen so many teens successfully resolving their persistent physical symptoms, including FND and chronic pain. So if you and your child are ready to learn the skills to successfully resolve FND and or chronic pain, then you might be a good fit for my program. Click the link below to schedule a call to talk to me and see if you qualify for the program. Now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.